everyone, we're back for episode 3 review of the Traitors. So we learn that Rob C is murdered. And in the end of season 2, I was thinking it was going to be Tara because Tara was the one that was sitting and watching. And then they showed like Rob talking about the 4 people that were up. And then after Rob C was murdered, they went back and showed us more of Rob and Lisa's conversation and him, saying like Rob, and she was just like, yeah, okay, got it, and showing them playing chess. And it was just interesting on how it turned out because Candace didn't know who they murdered, and then she found out and she was just like, oh, thank God, because he said that in the room. And so it just kind of like worked out. It was just like kind of cool. And I like how Rob is getting ahead of the people that he thinks that is going to hurt their chances as traitors. But also the secret traitor is probably not giving them the best option to pick from. Because they probably would have picked other people. But right now there's already 2 gamers that are now murdered. So it'll be interesting to see if there's going to be a pattern for that to be happening. Or he was just observant in the game knowing that, Rob is going to be dangerous because he can read situations. So in terms of the ones that like Rob is picking, Rob from Love Island is picking, I think he's doing a good job at that. It'll just be interesting because I feel he won't have many allies outside of Lisa and Candace. And I think that he at least needs some allies there in order for him to survive the game if Candace and Lisa do turn on him at some point. So hopefully he can figure that part out soon on who else is going to be on his side. But yeah, overall, I'm really loving Rob's thought process on the murders. I'm just loving his overall game. I think he's just doing a really good job, and I'm excited to see more going forward on how he is kind of, I don't want to say running the game, but like how all 3 of them are contributing in different ways. And, he's doing a really good job at letting them lead when they can, and then him also leading and taking control over the situations. So yeah, he's blending in with the girls very well. Like, it's great. Like, I think he's blending in very well with everyone, even with Johnny, with him like running and wanting to like hold him up. Like, that was kind of funny. So, yeah, I remember in episode 1 where he's like, I didn't notice this rug before. He's like, sick rug, because it had like snakes on it. He just has some like really good like tidbit stuff. And Johnny is even hilarious. I know we're going to do the competition later, but I was like, for an ice skater, why are you afraid of like the water and the pond? Like, it just not even, it was just so funny. And Eric is like yelling at Johnny, you could do this, you could do this. I don't even think Johnny came back in that competition. I don't think he came back to the table, but we'll get to that here in a moment. So after breakfast, they have this surprise roundtable, which I was not a fan of. I was not a fan of the surprise roundtable. I'm not really sure why they decided to do it. I don't know if it was part of like the game plan for the season or if it was something that was just spontaneous. It's weird how people are saying that Donna isn't really talking game, but they're showing us in the confessional that she's talking game. And then you're also seeing her with like Michael or like Ron. So I was just like a little confused on why everyone is calling her out. I wonder if something happened that we're not privy to as the audience for them to make this happening, because I feel like it's come up a lot. And I wonder if it's going to be similar to something that happened to Danielle last season, where I guess she swore on her grandchildren, and that's why nobody really voted her out as a traitor, because they wouldn't swear on their kids or grandchildren. But the fact that she did earned trust with pretty much everyone in the house. So I wonder if something happened, maybe where there was like a slip up or something, where we just need to get ahead of it and kind of diffuse the situation in order to have the game move on. And the fact that she ended up being a traitor, it just kind of sucks. Like what Rob said, like we couldn't even like save her because we haven't even met the secret traitor yet. And that's kind of how it was. Like, as I said before, like, I feel like they did a disservice to her if they really wanted her on a long part of the show to get the screen time. I think it would have been better to put her in the group of traitors and have a game player be a secret traitor. because I think that would have been really cool considering there's no gamers that are traitors this season. It would have been really cool to give the task of a gamer just having one of you, but have that task of being a secret traitor and, you know, at least have a little bit of power in a way, because it looks like going forward, the gamers are probably going to be murdered or banished soon. And if you are against the gamers at any point in time, the gamers are going to be easier to banish. So hold on to them from banishment and then use the murders for other people that you're suspicious of. Because it's easy, very easy probably to banish a gamer in the banishment table. Like, it's pretty easy. So use the gamers as shields and then murder the other people that you think are suspect, in my opinion. Okay, on to the challenge. Poor Ron. I know we don't see the full murder at the end of the episode, but I would not be surprised if he's murdered. He would be great to do a banishment, because now everyone knows he's a loner. So why murder him unless it's like a safe murder? But if you're, you know, being a little, I don't know, traitor-like, you would murder someone else and then you would use Ron as a banishment option. So, I don't know. But also, I love the whole beanie look. I love the beanies and the black. I love it so much. And then, like, Rob and Maura looked like they could be a couple. I was like, oh man, they kind of look good together. I don't know if anybody else felt that way, but that's what I kind of felt about them. I was like, oh, they kind of look like they could be a couple. Like, all the partner people were, like, looking each other in the eyes saying, like, I got you. Like, it was, like, really weird and, like, uncomfortable. But, like, when you're in situations like this, it's just, like, your emotions are probably different than normal emotions. So you're just, like, holding on to that other person. And I just thought that was kind of funny. I was just like, these people. Also, when Donna left, Rob was shooting his shot with her. It was so funny in the confessional. He's like, I love that woman. He's like, do you think she's married? He's like, yeah, he's probably married. And it was just so funny. He's great. He's so fun to watch. He's great TV. Same with Michael. I think Michael is great TV. I know a lot of people probably don't like him. Same with from like Tom from last season. But Michael is so funny. Like, he just won't keep his mouth shut, but he's just so entertaining. Like, I think Maura even had, like, a look or just, like, be quiet. Or she said something at one of the round tables. And it was just great. Like, I think Michael is very entertaining, too. He probably takes up a lot of screen time, but he just has a lot to say. No different than Tom. Tom had a lot to say. And so, I mean, I don't mind him sticking around. He's obviously a faithful, so when it's his time to get murdered, it'll be his time to get murdered. I'm pretty sure he'll get murdered at some point in time. He's not winning the game. So everyone can chill, you know. I don't think he's going to win the game at all. We see them go out to the trunk of the tree, but we don't see who they're going to pick to murder. But I think it's fairly obvious that it's probably going to be Ron. Because I think it's Eric is out there. I think Kristen might be out there. Who's the other one? I want to say, is it Tara? Or is it someone else who's the other one? Who's the other blonde girl? Maybe it's Caroline? Is it Caroline that's out there? I don't remember who else is out there. But from the looks of it and how it cuts off at the end, it looks like Ron may be the one who's murdered. Which is so sad. Because now they're getting out all the loners. And I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how it is going forward. But I'm excited for what else the Traitors are going to do. Not that they have a freedom to pick whoever they want to do. I'm going to say pick whoever they want to do for murder, because it really depends on the competitions and the challenges. But at least they get a little bit more of a freedom, and then they get the weight off their back that the secret traitor is no longer at least calling someone of the shots. So I'm excited for this season. Like, I know some people are bummed about the gamers, and I'm a little bummed too, because I think it would have been really cool to see Ian play more. And I know people are upset about Rob. So I hope maybe they can come back in like a future season to at least, you know, get the opportunity like Dorinda is. I'm surprised Dorinda's still in the game. I thought she would probably, because then a lot of times in Big Brother, when players come back, they immediately evict them right away to kind of get the game back to normal and not have any targets on their back by getting away from that person. So it was interesting how that wasn't a tactic in this. So she's still in it. So that's kind of cool. So hopefully Rob and Ian can come back, and hopefully this isn't going to be something that is inevitable going forward for all the gamers and having an early demise. I hope that the balance can be better going forward. And maybe with the break of the civilians next season, will maybe hopefully like reset the game a little bit. Because it just seems like it's like gamers and non-gamers. Like that just seems the thing the last couple of seasons. So maybe, I mean, everything's trial and error in life. So I think they're kind of doing good here. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes. I just hope it's not going to be like last season where majority of the people who made it to the end were not deserving of being winners. And why is there 4? Like, there literally should be 2 of you. Like, if you're getting the money, you should have the least amount of people there. So the fact there was 4 people at the end and they decided not to cut anybody else, I was a little annoyed about that, because you want to get the most amount of money. And as Brittany would say, it's not fiscally responsible because there's 4 of you at the end and you want to get the most amount of money. You should cut it down to 2. Like it was CT and Trishelle, or in season 1 where Cherie took all the money. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays going forward. If, let's say, one of the traitors wins, will they be the one who take all the money? Like, I'm excited to kind of see that final outcome, because I just don't think it was satisfactory last season. That's it for my review on episode 3 of season 4 of The Traitors. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.